thoughts of revival from a Bible standpoint, turn to Revelation chapter 3. And you're familiar with the 7 churches of Asia, if you're a Bible reader. And I want to come to chapter 3 and verse 1. It's the church at Sardis. I can't remember, certainly not many people ever speaking on this particular church. It says this, Revelation chapter 3 verse 1, may God bless his word to us in Jesus' name. And unto the angel of the church in Sardis write, these things saith he that hath the 7 spirits of God and the 7 stars. That's from Revelation chapter 1. I know thy works, that thou hast a name, that thou livest and art dead. Be watchful, and strengthen the things which remain, that are ready to die. For I have not found thy works perfect before God. Remember therefore how thou hast received and heard, and hold fast and repent. If therefore thou shalt not watch, I will come on thee as a thief, and thou shalt not know what hour I will come upon thee. Thou hast a few names, even in Sardis, which have not defiled their garments, and they shall walk with me in white, for they are worthy. He that overcometh, the same shall be clothed in white raiment, and I will not blot out his name out of the book of life. But I will confess his name before my Father and before his angels. He that has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. Those are the words of Jesus, as recorded by the Apostle John. The first thing I want to say about this matter of revival and the different churches which are listed in the book of Revelation, not all the churches were the same. They were very different. Not all the churches had the same problems. One church had a problem, the others didn't. And not everybody in the same church had the same experience. There were those that were walking worthy of the Lord. And there were those who were not. And Jesus knows the difference. He didn't save us en masse. He saves us individually. And he takes us on in the life of faith as individuals, not as a church. So he picks out, the Lord knoweth them that are his, and let those that name the name of Christ depart from iniquity. Paul wrote to Timothy. The church at Sardis needed reviving. It needed waking up. What's revival? Well, you all know about aging pop stars who want to revive their careers. The limelight has passed the years in the limelight, and now they're in the shadows of their experience. And suddenly they want to revive the whole thing. Make it live again. Bring it back. Try and relive it. That's the idea of revival, is to bring something back to life that is dying on its feet. This message is in a kind of aftermath. The apostolic era has come to a close. And the church of the New Testament, which has been growing and glowing and gathering momentum all the time with the death and the end of the apostolic era, the church was affected by false prophets, errors, doctrinal and behavioral as well. And it was the last of the apostles, John, who was probably in his 90s. It was John who wrote the Revelation. And Jesus, in his resurrection life, came back to the church. Things were not as they were. The very purity and the integrity of the church was now under threat. So John receives this revelation which he gives. Sardis wasn't a church that would be, and isn't, identified as an apostate church. Doesn't speak of any terrible error or heresy that's in the church. It's not an idolatrous church, as some of them were. It's not an immoral church, as some of them were. The only thing that marks Sardis out is that it was asleep. That's what was wrong with it. It went to sleep, spiritually dead. Thou hast a name that thou livest, but a dead. We can put Pentecostal church, outside Church of the Living Christ, the New Testament Church of God. You can call it what you like. But a name doesn't mean anything unless it's true of the character of the church. Simply went to sleep. You know, Hosea, the minor prophet, says to Ephraim, northern Israel, he says, Ephraim is a cake not turned. That's half-baked. They're half-baked. Jesus said to this church in Sardis, I know your works. He said, they're not complete. You're not the finished article. Those things you should have done, you haven't done. You haven't completed. And there are no doubt things you've done you shouldn't have done. Usually goes hand in glove. Appearances can be deceptive. Reputations can be very colorful but misleading. Sardis had known better days, but it was now a backslidden, worldly, carnal or fleshly church. Their garments, Jesus says, were stained by the world and the flesh. Means their testimony was compromised. If we'd have gone on into the last church of Revelation, we'd been in Laodicea, and Jesus said they were blind. Well, Sardis was unconscious. They not only couldn't see, they were fast asleep. And the word to them was, wake up. Be awake, be watchful. Be aware of what is happening to you and around you. If you don't remain alert, my coming will be as a thief in the night. You won't expect me, but I'll come suddenly. Catch you up. In James chapter 1 and 27, he says, pure religion and undefiled is to visit the widows and the fatherless, and to keep himself unspotted from the world. Don't get caught up in that. Get to Jude, the apostle before the book of Revelation. Jude 21 and 23, there's only one chapter. Keep yourselves in the love of God. Talks about having compassion on some. He said, and others, he said, you have to be more zealous, pulling them out of the fire. Hating even the garment spotted with the flesh. James says spotted with the world. Jude says spotted with the flesh. Jesus said to the church at Sardis, your garments are You're too close to this world and it's rubbed off. You're too involved in carnal or fleshly things and it's rubbed off. You're no longer walking in white. You're indistinguishable from the people that live around you. Well, thank God everyone's not tarred with the same brush. When Stephen Jeffries was preaching on an occasion, he was getting at the intellectuals in the ministry, you know, the hierarchy, the coloured men, and he had one in his congregation. And of course, in the microphones and all that stuff, then it was the man had to project his voice to be heard. And a fellow in the congregation with a collar, he said, "Do you class all ministers, all clergymen the same, Mr. Jeffries?" And he didn't break his stride in his preaching. He just said, "If the cap fits, you wear it." I never measured your bra. And that's how it is, friends. If the cap fits, you have to wear it. Nobody's measuring your bra. It's up to you and your conscience. It's between you and God. Don't be coming to me. I can't help you. I can tell you what the Word of God says. I can't make you do it. I can't help you do it. It's between you and the Master. In any church, the obvious symptoms was in Revelation, rebellion and idolatry. To rebel is to refuse the authority of God's word. Or God's Spirit, for that matter, if the Spirit of God speaks to you and you won't listen. Let me just say this in passing, friends, because it's vital. If you rebel, if you're not obeying the Lord as you know His will to be, you get this? Your conscience tells you. You put yourself beyond the scope of the cleansing blood. The blood does not apply to people who are deliberate rebels. When you fight and rebel, the Lord is not blessing. He's not covering you with His precious blood. You need to repent and get right with God. That's the only way it works. Idolatry is not necessarily bowing down to an idol. You know, you see the Buddhists and what with their great statues, their idols in front of them, bowing and scraping before them. Idolatry has nothing to do with a stone idol, a gold idol, a wooden idol, whatever. Idolatry is when you make an idol of something. Something in your affection, something that takes the place of God. You give it more attention than you did the Lord. Self-will, self-indulgence, covetousness, which the Apostle Paul says is idolatry. You know that? I want. Idolatry. You're chasing something. You're chasing something without God. When God is in it, you don't have to chase it. It comes to you. Covetousness, which is idolatry. The covetous man, says the apostle, is an idolater. And it's unacceptable with God. And it must be repented. Those are obvious things, but there are much more subtle things than that. Subtle symptoms of spiritual sleep. Roland Buck said this in his book, Angels on Assignment. So one of God's alarm calls is beware of a loss of the sense of the importance of spiritual things.